Hey, welcome to This Commerce Life, an unscripted podcast that focuses on the stories behind small and independent Canadian retail and Canadian CPG.
What we try and do is deliver or pull out the story of our guests and give them to you. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly of retail and CPG in Canada. We're filling a need because we think that retail is hard on the best of days, but it's also a wonderful, wonderful place to grow up and make your living.
We also think that the industry, nor the people that inadvertently find themselves in the industry, really understand the industry at all. They don't really understand what goes on behind the scenes.
So listen to us, Phil and Kenny. We'll unravel it for you. We'll give you the story. We'll give you the story behind the story.
Hey, Andy.
Hi.
How are you?
I didn't realize I was going to be on camera.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is that okay?
Sure.
Yeah?
It's a good thing I have a get my hat on because I'm not having a very good hair day.
Totally. Hair can't be worse
You're
than
on the
mine or
couch.
his.
You're on the
Look at his
couch.
hair.
I'm always on the couch.
Huh?
I'm always on the couch.
That's his
You
studio.
must be in the shit house because you're sleeping on the couch. It looks like you just woke up on the couch.
And what? I got to get up. I got to look at that face. That's what you're going to give it to
Lord.
me? Hey,
There we
mama.
go.
Lord.
Here we go.
Goodness.
What's going on? We didn't
nice
see
to
you at the
see you
show.
I was there actually. I stepped away for about about an hour because I had that small window of opportunity. I've got my kids and I the Italian passports.
Yeah.
So we're in the lineup. We go, I get mine, and my son gets his. My daughter goes up and takes her photo because, the Italians have their own way of doing shit. So she goes up, gets her photo done, and the carboniere there, the cop says, "Oh, we've lost communication with Rome. We can't upload your picture, so you got to come back next Tuesday, which is this coming Tuesday, because I'm going to Italy the following week." Anyways, there's a bit of a kerfuffle, but it's a nice thing. I brought some tomatoes and sauce for them, so they made us an appointment for next Tuesday. They're such fucking
Listen,
Italians, right? It just
whatever it takes, and you know how to get to an Italian. Just bring them some food.
it was the best.
That's
That's
awesome. Well,
hilarious,
at least you
actually.
got it
Yeah,
done, right?
the show was surprisingly busy, even though all the pollution around it says, oh, it's kind of a sleeper show. It's only based around, everybody comes to showcase for the big, for the big giant in the room, the Pattison Group. But I thought it was lots of action. I mean, the first day I think we cooked like about 60 kilos of pasta and I think maybe 40 liters of sauce. Like, it was a lot of
Wow.
fucking food.
That's a lot of food.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Did you cook more or less on the second day?
I'd have to say about the same. I have to say about the same.
Okay. I thought
I
maybe you
wasn't
would
there
have
for
cooked
that.
more
I
because
wasn't
Kenny
there
and I
for
might
that
have eaten
hour.
half of it.
Yeah, no, I wasn't there for that. Like right at that high
Yeah.
noon. I left at about 10:45. I didn't
Okay.
get back till about 1.
Yeah.
Well, we stopped. I
So
think we
We,
had
we
two or
were there for
three,
a long
three
time.
bowls, right?
We had a couple.
yeah,
I was hungry.
I think we were going to take your entire Parmesan wheel with us. So
you
Yeah.
should have. It's
You know what? It's funny though. So Andy, you say it like it is a show that typically does cater to the larger guys and with
yeah,
a lot of the larger um, vendors, right? So in terms of from a buyer's perspective, it used to be a little bit of humdrum,
yeah,
right? Because what is necessarily going to show me? I saw it 9 months ago. It's coming to
yeah,
market now. There's no revelation. I'm not going to see anything
yeah,
that's,
yeah,
holy
yeah,
shit, I didn't see that coming.
yeah, yeah,
But over the last couple of years, especially with the Buy BC aisle, and they're trying to do a lot more with independent vendors, small vendors, not just Coke and
yeah,
Pepsi and
yeah,
Nestle and all the big guys. Is it
yeah,
has changed it a little bit. The dynamic is a little different. So the vibe is a lot better now than it has been over the past years. Like it's sort of like this come back a little bit for lack of a better. Like it's gotten
yeah,
to be a little more relevant. So small guys like you and other people actually have a crack at these shows, which is good, finally.
yeah, yeah.
So
Well, I
good on
think,
them.
I mean,
Good
you would know the best because you've been doing this for 35 years. So
More.
and this is my only second show. I
Yeah.
did the other one a couple months ago. But here's what I would like to see at these shows. On the perimeter of the floor, you got all these small mom and pop trying to make a go of something. I would almost put those people in the center and
Yeah.
move all the big brands on the
Absolutely.
perimeter.
Yeah.
Right. So
Absolutely.
give these guys a fighting chance because I walked on
Absolutely.
the perimeter and fuck, there's some beautiful things on the
Yeah.
perimeter, but who's going to go out there?
No.
Yeah.
But the other
Right.
guys pay, right? They pay
I
the
get
big
it, but
dollars
you
for
can
the
still
real
pay. You can
estate.
still pay. You can still pay for the perimeter.
Yeah.
You don't have to
To be
be
honest, Andy, I
a
would even do it differently. I would let them pay the same amount, give them a little extra. You can have a
yeah,
bigger display, but you guys are like the meat, cheese, dairy. You guys take the
correct,
circle and let
correct.
all the center store be the smaller guys.
Yep,
Because the big
give
guys
them a
aren't going to lose
chance.
no matter what. Everybody's going to go see Nestle. Everybody's going to go see Unilever. They
Sure,
all do. They have
sure.
to do their
That's
thing.
where the
All good.
money is.
I
That's where the
get it.
money
We all
is.
get it. But
Yeah.
the little guys are what we need to grow in this country. The big
Thank
guys are
you.
already big. They're not going to get any bigger.
Correct.
We need the little guys to have a fighting chance of that. I agree with you. I thought of that myself because I was teasing, the Alberta guys. I'm going to pick on Canadian independent grocers here just a little bit. We love you guys, just so you know, but we're going to pick on you a little bit. The Alberta guys, like we're way out in the back
They were
40.
in the sticks for
I mean,
sure.
come on,
They
man.
were.
We weren't even
They
in the
were.
same building practically.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
No,
mean?
no. They're basically in the dish pit.
Yeah,
I mean,
which
like,
again, it's they got some traffic, but why do it that way? Phil and I were
yeah,
talking like if we're going to do provincial things, like in the center, like I'm with you. I think the periphery all should be the big guys. In the little ones, then you could do maybe if you walk in it to the left, maybe that's where Italy, France, China, whoever the
yeah,
countries are, and
yeah,
then maybe it's the provinces. Like it
yeah,
would have been so much cooler to have
BC.
Alberta next to
Yeah.
BC
Alberta.
and maybe Ontario there. Like, and
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're
Ontario
thinking,
had a
holy
whole aisle.
shit, this
Yeah.
is the Canadian set. So like we had, a little excitement, a little bit, let's go, you
yeah.
know?
Even the Italians were split up between three aisles. Put
Yeah.
them in one section.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
one run.
walking down. We were right beside the Italians, and then I walked down two more aisles. Oh shit! There's another Italian beside the cracker guy.
Yeah.
Ah, fanculo. I mean, like, it's too much
No,
scatter.
I
But
understand.
anyways,
Trust me.
that's
Yeah.
I
here
mean,
nor there. I just like
Agree.
flow. I
Agree.
like the flow.
it's
Agree.
not our show. They can do whatever they want,
Yeah.
but I'm with you. I think sometimes people got to get out of their own way and make this make sense. You are not going
Yeah.
to no, the big guys are not going to miss Unilever and Nestle. They're not. They're going to go see them. They're all friends. Everybody's going to shake hands because it's part of the show. It's the political side of the show. It's all good in the hood. Yay
Yeah.
team. But use those guys to help get people into the
Correct.
little guys too, which these guys all end up buying anyway. So here, do it for your own good, Nestle. You're gonna buy half these guys anyway. Go,
Yeah.
like let's promote them. Let's get some excitement around this shit.
I'm
Right?
agreeing. I'm
So
agreeing.
for hang on one second, Andy. So for listeners, we've got Andy Mollica on, and
Coffee all over the
he
place.
runs Anducci. So we're gonna get him to introduce himself. That's about all he gets from me, from us, I guess. And I
Yeah.
guess just for reference, the show, because because this will come out in a couple of weeks, so probably 3 to 4 weeks. So we're recording in April, and this is right after the grocery specialty food showcase that was in BC. So all of these comments are kind of about that.
Right.
We saw Andy at the show. His staff was kind enough to feed us for quite a while.
We stayed there five,
We
10 minutes.
probably
Actually,
ate
got people to
we
try it.
probably
We're
ate
actually
a
good
couple
for business.
couple of jars of sauce and half the Parmesan wheel.
Yeah, whatever.
But we really appreciate it.
And
We
we
had people,
caught you
listen,
on
just so you
film.
know,
We
so
caught you
people were
on camera,
stopping it.
Ken.
So
Yeah.
people
And
were
we caught you
stopping. You know,
on
we told
camera.
them, don't look at it, try it. So we had
I
people
know
actually eating because
three
they were
or
just
four
looking.
people
Said,
like
come
stopped
on,
to take
eat.
pictures, and we were like, "What
Forget the
are you doing?"
pictures.
They're like, "Oh, I'm just taking a picture." Like, no, you gotta
No,
take a bowl down. They're like, "Oh
eat.
no!" They're like, "What's the point of taking a picture if you're not gonna eat it? Like, what's wrong with you? Right? Take a
Come
bowl,
on.
off you go. Right? Like
So
so."
they're all laughing. We had people laughing
Yeah.
their guts out because we're like, come, let's go. What the hell? You're here.
Yeah.
They're cooking. Eat.
It's
Unacceptable.
not for Instagram, it's for consumption.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you can put it on Instagram, I guess, if you want, but at least eat, have it.
Instagram can eat too. It's okay. But
Exactly.
Instagram can
Trust me,
wait
they
too.
eat. They eat
Yeah.
because you got to piece. You got to piece to eat.
Oh yeah,
You
trust me.
gotta,
We know. We know.
stomach, feed this stuff.
Okay, so for you, listen. You got 40 minutes, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Who are you? why, how did you get into this mess? Like, go back a little bit. You can tell where you're from, etc. How did you get into
Okay.
this industry? You were food service, like restaurant, for a long time.
Yeah.
You've now
Yeah.
gone into a little bit more of CPG, the retail side. That's
Yeah.
definitely a why. Like, I mean, I don't know what the logic on that. You went from one shithole to another. God bless you. Thank God people like you do this because it's a grind on both sides. But
Yeah.
that's the story. Just want to hear where you are, what you do, and
All right.
floor's
So
yours.
I don't know if I need to introduce myself again, but my actual legal name is Andrea Mollica. And I go by Andy because Andrea is a feminine name in North America. So um, I um, I fell in love with food via my grandmothers. God bless them. I still have a grandmother alive, 98 years old.
Oh shit, man.
Um, yeah, so, and I grew up always in the kitchen. I was a bit of a shithead in school, so school wasn't my thing. So, I fell in love with the kitchen probably when I was around 13 years old. You may or may not know this, but there used to be a restaurant, or still is a restaurant, but the original Anton's used to be on Gilmore in Hastings. It was about 35 seats. Tony Morrow, God bless him, and this other Iranian fella by the name of Masood. So I was the pasta boy because I got kicked out of school. It was around grade nine-ish, I remember, driving my BMX bike from Burnaby by the Costco on Government Road there on production,
Yeah,
the
the
original
old one.
Costco. Yeah, yeah. So I used to ride my BMX bike to make pasta. I used to sit in the front of Hastings making pasta from a little 5 kilo extruded machine. And I'm like, shit, I kind of like this. It's about my pace and it's about my level of education, right? Semolina, water, and it extrudes
Even you can
pasta.
handle that, Andy.
Yeah, I know I could. I mean, I didn't have Chat Daddy back then. So if I had Chat Daddy, I'd have been a plastic surgeon today. So, uh, so,
Hilarious.
so anyways, having said that, I fell in love with the restaurant business. And then as I grew up, I ended up going back to school. I ended up graduating from Centennial High School. I don't even know why, but I got a diploma, grade 12, that is. So I ended up still working in the restaurant business at Anton's. I ended up working at a couple, let's call it cabarets. One used to be called the North Burnaby Inn across the street from Anton's. It was a colorful place to
They
learn how
call
to
that a
cook.
cabaret. I've
It
never
was
heard, never once have I ever heard referred to, I've heard it referred to as a lot of other things, but never a cabaret.
We're going to call it a cabaret for better lack of
Okay.
terminology. Okay. So, anyways, I fell in love with it. I had an opportunity as I was going through high school and stuff like that. I was doing some extra work on the movies and stuff like that. I was able to save up a little bit of money. There was a place that we used to hang out by Lohid Mall, as my grandma used to say, by Wulco. You know, Wulco, Lohid Mall on Cameron Street. There was a little shithole restaurant and had a big sign. It used to be an arcade called Lectrofun, and right across the street from Canton Rec Center, it was about 800 square feet. It was called Amore Pizza. I'm like, this would be kind of a cool place to have a little pasta bar, right? Um, so I said, let's call the number on the door. So I called the number on the door. He goes, I forgot who it was. King Day Holdings was the landlord or somebody. I said, hey, can I have a look at the space? Yeah, you can have a look at the space. So I went into the space and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. It had two pizza ovens, deck ovens, a deep fryer, and just some seats on the perimeter of the thing. So I said, well, what do you want? Like, oh, you can just take it over and sign a lease, this, that, the other. I'm like, interesting. Okay. I was 18, not even turning 19 yet when this took place. Okay. So it was 1988, 1989. So I ended up going in there as a Mori Pizza and I converted it immediately to Anducci's Pasta Bar. So I bought a little machine extruder from a fellow by the name of Tony Finamore. You probably know that name.
I know
Um,
Finamore. I don't know Tony though.
yeah, anyways, he was importing these little machines because I
Oh
met
yeah.
him through Tony Morrow. So I ended up buying a pasta machine and started making fresh pasta. Um, and turning it into Andrew's Pasta Bar. It
And
was
this is
really
you're
small,
19.
19.
Yeah, you got the
Wow.
bug. I didn't realize. I thought you were a lot older when you started that.
No,
That's
no. In
you
fact,
were young.
actually, I even started before that because there used to, I, on West Broadway, 1480 West Broadway, there was a fella friend,
Granville-ish.
yeah, right across the street from Kids Pub.
Yeah, okay. I
Okay.
showed
Okay.
Phil what Kids Pub was the other day.
Yep.
The trail guy used to manage that. That's why we used to go.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, the guy who used to own it was Kit, Kit, Kit. Anyways, when I used to work at my dad's shop, my dad, when they migrated from Italy, my dad went to New York, my mom went to Toronto. My dad ended up coming here in the late '60s, and he ended up running a Big O Tires on Hastings and Victoria, right between the Penny restaurant and the Onlock restaurant
Okay.
on the south side.
Yeah.
As I grew up as a mechanic is really where it all started. And then a friend of my dad's, his name was Nick Amoroso, um, and his cousin Danny used to have this. They had a coffee bar called Chow on Denman Street,
Okay.
Cafe Chow. Okay, so he says, "Well, we're going to open up this little cafe on West Broadway. Can you come and have a look at it? Maybe help us out because they knew I was, from Anton's or whatever." Anyways, I went there. We did that for a little while, and it just became bad news. It was just it wasn't the right gig. So, and that's when Anducci's came alive. So sorry, I backtracked there, but so yeah,
No,
I
but
was
that,
19.
oh,
I was 19, um, and it started. I didn't even have a liquor license. So right behind us used to be called Lougheed Plaza Liquor Store. The guy's name was Rod. So we used to serve Donini. Remember Donini used to
I
come to
remember Donini. Yeah.
1.5? Yeah,
Yeah.
Donini. And Joe Sriracha, the old Sambuca wine rep.
Yeah.
I met him there that day, just coincidentally. I said, "Hey, I'm opening up a restaurant up the street. How do I get a liquor license? Like, I don't even know how this all works, right?" He goes, "Well, you got to phone Victoria, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Well, it's that complicated. Can't I just buy it through here or somebody and just bring it to the restaurant and pour it in glasses?" I ended up doing that for probably 6 months, like kind of like the old Chinese
Hilarious.
restaurants and the
Yeah,
teapots,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, and every WAP in the city started coming there because, like I disregarded every rule, still kind of do, but
No, don't
disregarded
say that
every
now. Now
rule.
that someone listens, you got to up to speed, top notch, all follow all the rules. Good, good.
Yes, yeah. So, but back then I was 19, like turning
Yeah.
20. Like it was just a complete disaster. There used to be a Safeway behind there. Jim McDonald ended up being a customer. So stuff from Safeway back then, you know how Safeway has the shrink.
Yeah.
So he'd put together shopping carts of romaine lettuce, cucumbers, whatever, and we would swap food for carts of produce. So that used to be our produce. Bing bang, back and forth. I mean, it was very different, right? I mean, people are walking around with cigarettes, and it's like before GST, before smoking, before anything. Like it was just a complete shit
Yeah.
show. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I kind of like this environment. I like this world that we're living in, right? Like it was this complete gong show, as you can imagine, right? We didn't like Cisco. Doug Ramsey, God bless him, he's no longer around, but Cisco used to be on Winston, right by HY Louis.
Yeah.
It used to be down. That was the original one. So they became my providers for the longest time, and so they became like it was just a tight family,
Yeah.
and the memories and the things that I learned back then were incredible, like incredible, and I fell in love with this business from that point on. Um, we um, we expanded that location to about 150 seats. We kept on expanding. We built a patio on city property. It was just like we were 6 feet encroached onto
Oops.
Erickson and Cameron.
Sorry.
We built a
Yeah.
solarium. We put the deck oven, the original deck oven back from when I took over the place. It's still sitting on the patio at Cameron and Erickson. It's called Greenleaf Sushi now. Um, we were there for almost 27 years at that location.
We just
Holy
want to point
shit.
out, if you're from the city of Vancouver, that
Or
Andy now
Burnaby.
does everything legally and he has all his
All on the
permits and
up and
everything.
up. No more liquor license
There's no,
bullshit.
those are the
Everything's on the
old
up and
days.
up.
So if you're starting to write all this down, it's the old days.
Don't.
There's nothing to see. Move on. Move on.
Yeah. It's all in the past.
It is the past. So we in about 1992 we lost our father from a freak accident. He was 45, 6, hit his head at home and had an aneurysm and he passed away.
Mhm.
Shortly after that, my oldest daughter was born. Um, and then my youngest brother Mike was 10-ish, 11. My middle brother Frank was 15, 16, and my mom was really young. So tremendous amount of impact on my shoulders and say, okay, well, I'm the father figure.
Yeah.
And whether I was much of a father figure or not, but I had to provide for the family and make this all happen. And God bless my aunt, my grandmothers, my mother, and my support circle of people. Uh, we were all supportive and raised my oldest daughter together, and we started expanding the Anducci's brand. Um, when Costco came to Burnaby, store 51, it was, I think, 1986, 87. I became a Costco member. I think it was 1988, 89 when I became a first Costco member. Costco used to have their regional meetings at Anducci's. We used to have a little back area, about 20
Really?
seats, and they used to come, I think it was every Thursday, Tracy Anderson, that whole group of Department 19 and the grocery side. So one day they came to me and said, "Hey, do you think you can build us an HMR?" I pretended, yeah, sure, HMR. I didn't even think. I thought maybe it was a clothing line or something, right? Yeah, sure, no problem,
Sure, two of
right?
them.
Yeah. So they said, "Well, we love your lasagna. Can you put it in a container and deliver it to us?" I'm like, "Sure, I'd make lasagna every day. My mom, my grandma, everything. I would just make lasagnas, right?" So anyways, I still remember the packaging. It was called Packed at 5710. It was a 1.2 kilo size lasagna. I still have the packaging and everything. So I used to drive in my little Nissan car, go to the back door at Costco 51, out of the trunk, put it on the shelf, and off we went. We were selling lasagnas to Costco. I'm like, well, this is amazing, right? And they said, well, it's a guaranteed sale. I said, even better. You're going to guarantee to pay me, right? Angulo,
Yeah,
pay
well, I
me.
got to understand what guarantee sale means. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just assumed guaranteed
Yeah.
sale.
Yeah, they're
Hey,
guaranteed that you're going to sell it. If it doesn't sell, you guarantee you're going to take it back.
yeah, Andy, we have four lasagnas left over from week whatever it was. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, you got to pick it up. It's a guaranteed sale. I'm like, guaranteed sale. Well, you guarantee me you're going to buy it from me, no? No.
No.
I found out what guaranteed sale meant real quick.
Oh,
Only four
poor
lasagnas, not
dude.
that bad.
Well,
Might have been a
it's
pallet.
yeah, it could have been a pallet, but
It,
I took the four lasagnas. But anyways, they're still good. So instead of using 1 kilo, I cut them in quarters. And then what we ended up doing was putting them on these little lunch trucks and selling them to construction sites because they're still good. We
why
just
not?
scaled them down into 250-gram packaging, and we learned really quick what guaranteed sale meant.
Yeah.
Anyways, we had an amazing relationship with Costco. For 10 years, we had about 42 SKUs in their coffin case.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and we created a brand called Hallelujah. It was like this little Italian guy, Hallelujah. But it was more the Canadian style of food, right?
Yeah.
Pierogies and bratwurst, chicken pot pie, beef, like
Right.
anything,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
anything that non-Italian kind of thing, right?
Right.
I got to be careful what I say here. I don't want
Anything
to get
Just
that
slapped
watch,
a
in the
watch,
face.
yeah, watch some of the
non-Italian and a
language.
not Chinese person would eat.
Sure. Or a white person would eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty close.
But you can't say either because we get told that we are white,
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
even though we
having
don't
said
think we
that,
are.
yeah, having said that, an amazing relationship with them. Asset came in, all the food bylaws came in, all that other bullshit came in. And I said, well, I'm not going to convert my commissary. We built a small little commissary in the back of Anducci's, was about 1,500 square feet, right in the back. Now there's a jewelry place there. Anyways, it was never going to pass for
Well, yeah,
Hassid.
but you were also serving the public anyway. So, like in your head, I mean, why would you do that? If
Yeah.
I'm serving the public daily,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm obviously allowed to be serving food in the province. I mean, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah,
what's the big deal?
exactly. And that little commissary ended up servicing our restaurants. I'll get back to the
Yeah,
expansion of the restaurants, but anyways, we yeah, we just said we can't do it. We're just not we're not going to. How do we do this? Like it's you got to have a federal guy come in. And I said I'm not into it. Thank you. It was a great relationship. I learned a lot. We made some money. We lost a lot of money, but what it did for us, it was like a marketing play for us.
Mhm.
If it was the Costco was the Dragon's Den of today, right? Oh, he's in Costco. Fuck, he's got to be huge,
yeah.
huge. Fuck, my restaurant was 1,200 square feet. The commissary is 1,500 square feet, right? But what that allowed us to do was we started expanding the restaurant, right? So we went to Coquitlam, we went to Surrey, we went to Vancouver, went to Burnaby. So we ended up getting 5 locations with um, two kind of pub concepts. We had Anducci's at the Old Admiral, which was the old North Burnaby Inn, and we had Anducci's at the St. Regis Hotel on Dunsmuir downtown.
Yeah.
So we ended up servicing all these outlets from our commissary kitchen. So what we called the restaurants are more like lipstick kitchens, but the guts came from the commissary.
Right.
The sauce, the desserts, the cannelloni, the lasagnas, the tiramisu. So it was an easy outlet. I think, as my OCD, HDHC, whatever the hell I suffer from, it was very hard to stay focused at one particular task. I loved the retail side. I loved the packaging side. The marketing side came very natural to me. But what I didn't do very good at was manage multiple restaurants
Right.
with 500 employees, right? I mean, we were successful doing it, but I was unsuccessful managing my team of people,
Right.
right? So we ran the whole crew for, I don't know, I was going to say 12, 15 years. And then I started selling them off as two franchises. And then I ended up shutting down a couple because they just weren't making any money and they needed renovations. And then I ended up landing on Hastings Street where there was an Anducci's. And then we had a fire and then I converted it to Cotto Pizzeria. Cotto in Italian means burnt. So that was how the name came up, was Anducci's burnt. So we're going to call it Cotto. So I went to Naples and I got my VPN, which is another mobster from Naples, collecting Verace Pizza Napoletana. You got to pay for a license. And I
You
got
got to pay
my
for the
number.
license. It's like,
Whoa. What do you mean you got
you
to
can't make Napolitan pizza. It can't be called truly that unless you've got the certification from.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I became 396 register in the world to become Verace Pizza Napoletane.
Really? I didn't know that.
Think about it. It's
Yeah.
got like 3 ingredients, and yet you got to have a whole school around it.
How do you? Okay.
And you got to pay
Maybe that's
cash.
a
You got to
podcast.
pay
Cash
cash
money,
when you
there
get the
you go.
license. You got to pay cash money when you get the license.
Because Phil, you're in theory you're only allowed to use a certain oven. It has to be a certain type of bufala mozzarella. You can't just do your own thing
No.
to be truly
No.
called a Napolitan pizza.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a few in town now, Andy, right? Like who's got? I think
Well, we were the first in the city,
Yeah.
like way back when, and then
this
the
is way
guys.
back though.
Yeah. We're talking a long time ago. And then the guys down in Gastown, they had the guy right on Water Street there. He was. They're not there anymore. I think they have a
No.
location in North Van. There's a few actually. I mean, there's quite a few.
There's quite a few now.
Via
Like I thought Via Tevere, didn't they have that? And Salt
Yeah, they did.
Brothers it.
Yeah. They all have
Yeah.
it now. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I mean, in
And all these
to your
guys pay
point,
the same cash money.
Well, in essence,
It's
if you want to
probably-
be like this, the truly certified, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like kosher, halal. It's not the same thing because that's a system. It's the same principles though. There's rules and regs, and you have to do it a certain way, certain oven, certain. You can't just go willy-nilly and
now the rules have changed slightly because of but you can't have wood in ovens any longer, right?
Right.
I think there's not. Well, I know for a fact there's no more wood, but because now they're all going electric, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of the rules have changed, and there's been a couple more schools pop up, Phil, over the years. I mean,
Yeah.
the real one is the one in Naples, and they have an outlet in Toronto. In California, and then Mare Forne has their own school, so it's another sanctioned one. But the real one is from Naples. I mean, when I went to the school when I went and did it in Naples, it was pretty epic. It was like I walked in there, I felt like it was pretty amazing actually. Like it was just you walked in, there was nothing fancy. It smelled like wood. I smelled like a brisket when I left there. I just felt like I was part of something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you walk in normal and you walk out with a swagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was
That's
pretty- it was
acceptable.
pretty cool.
I'm just yeah.
Phil didn't know
It's
this.
such a it's the wrong word because it's such a basic pizza, but there's so few ingredients that I am
The margarita is
surprised
simple, but it needs to be done a certain way.
Yeah.
Certain tomatoes,
No, I
certain
got it.
cheese.
I
It's
just,
certain.
I mean,
it's cool.
for my type of pizza, I like it, but to me, it tasted like a soggy diaper sometimes
I understand that,
because
especially in the center.
the center, it was just like,
It pools.
yeah. And the way
Yeah.
you eat it, like, and
Yeah.
you don't like, they don't eat pizza. They eat with a fork and knife in Italy. They cut the center out and then they, it's called a scarpetta. They fold the end. And I mean, there's an art to it, right? If you see an Italian eat a real Napolitan style pizza, there's kind of like an art to it. I mean,
Okay.
I've always loved Marcello's pizza because it's
Me
kind of
too.
old school.
Me too.
It's got a crust, it's got a bite. I mean, my most favorite pizza that I've been eating since freaking smoking doobies in grade 9 was me and Ed's Pizza. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like me and Ed's Pizza it's a cracker crust. It's made from soda. People love it or hate it, right? To me,
Yeah.
I can eat a whole pizza and not feel gut
That
bomb.
makes me hungry, actually.
You ever been to me and Ed's, Phil?
No, Kenny never takes me anywhere. Never.
Well, I think that should be a threesome. I mean, not a threesome. Sorry, we should go
Understood
for
you.
a date.
Yes. The three of us will go for pizza. We
Yeah,
should take him to Marcello's. I like Marcello's pizza too. I like
Andy,
I
he
love it.
doesn't
when you have
take me
Lombardo's.
anywhere. So
Oh,
you just
relax.
make a list and you give it to me, and I'll take him these places.
Andy,
Honestly,
we'll go next time he's in
every
town.
time I get on a call, somebody says, "Have you been?" I'm like, "No, I've been all sorts of places because I love it." And this guy, he
By
takes me
himself.
nowhere. He takes me
You know why? Because
nowhere.
over there's a stove and then there's a fridge and there's lots of food in the place.
Anyways, the Anducci story is been around a long, long time. Um, I still wake up. I'm still turning 39 for I don't know how many years. I'm still 39.
Me
Shit, in
too.
fact, I just became a nonno 6 days ago.
That's huge.
Wow,
Holy shit, man.
congratulations.
Yeah, I came
You're a
a
young
grandpa.
no-no, 39-year-old no-no.
Her name is
Putting on my ass.
Gia Maria, and it's been our family's blessed with a healthy, beautiful little girl. My daughter's
Oh,
doing very well,
That's
and
awesome, man.
yeah, so I'm grateful for all what's surrounding me, and I have a beautiful, supportive wife and two younger kids that are Rocco and Olivia.
yeah,
So everything's fantastic, and I am still in love with the restaurant business, but I promised everybody around me that I'm going to stay very focused on the retail brand Anducci's. It's
yeah,
got legs, it's got traction. Um, the ingredients that we put in our product is very simple. We are proposing. I'm using a couple different co-packers now. Most of our ingredients, raw ingredients, come in big totes, big drums to produce our sauces. We are probably 24 to 36 months away from building a fairly state of the art facility to produce cold, hot sauces, etc. For the need, not just for my need, but there's a need for a
There's need for co-packers, so
there's a
it can
need for a
help people out.
co-packer that understands their shit, right?
Yeah.
Like the approach that I'm bringing to the marketplace is fuck me. I spent day and night for 30 years in the restaurant business, from on my knees, looking like Cheech and Chong, hair all over the place, scrubbing the floor, making sure my toilets are clean, making sure the kitchen is clean, making sure our stuff is done. So I'm trying to translate that from yesterday to today in the retail side of things. I'm still actively involved in the food business. I still have a very active catering business. Um, and I do have a couple small little outlets. We built a little grab and go deli. It's called That Diner within a skating rink at the Burnaby Winter Club. So it's a panini bar. We've been there a year and a half, and
Oh, how's
it's
that going?
very busy, like
Awesome.
insane. It's like a freaking restaurant. I didn't want to be in it again, but it's a restaurant, plain and simple. It's a miniature Anducci's. Um, you know, we haven't really touched base on my journey and all the different other things that we've done. We built a Rocco's Deli 15 years ago. It was a licensed deli on Schoolhouse.
I
So
remember
it
that
was
one. That was
yeah,
Phil. We took you to that one. That's the one that was close to Enersea. So if we
oh
drove
yeah, yeah,
to,
yeah.
to
I remember
where
that one.
there was a
yeah,
not cactus, whatever's on the corner
Yeah,
by
yeah,
the
yeah,
yeah,
theaters,
yeah.
right?
yeah. So
Okay.
that
Oh,
was a
that's
great little
you.
business. Yeah.
I
That
didn't know
was a
that
great
was
little
yours
No
either.
business.
way.
Yeah. So during COVID, we still tried to stay open, and we just fucking lost our shirt. So we just said enough's enough. But it was an actual licensed. We were the only licensed deli in the province. You were able to have a glass of wine. We had the growlers for the olive oil program, and We had all funny tagging on the branding of the logo, like,
We used to go for
all of the,
soup.
yeah.
I
We
can't
made the
remember what it
best
was.
soup.
Yeah, it was soup.
Yeah.
So Richard and I, the guy used to did some contract work. We would go to Rocco's. We took him. They still want to
Yeah.
say you don't take you nowhere. Bullshit. See,
Eh.
we took
And
you.
then we did the food and beverage. So sorry, I'm bouncing around here like a yo-yo, but
Yeah,
that's
No, you're
relax.
good. You're good.
Let's go.
This works.
pre pre-Olympics 2029. A very dear friend of mine, who's the godfather of my middle daughter Olivia, Gerardo De Chico from Revelstoke, British Calabria.
British Calabria. Yeah.
Uh, he is Calabrese, actually.
I'm gonna have to start putting subtitles underneath everything. Kenny's gonna
You'll
follow
get
you down this path, and no one's gonna understand this podcast besides
We
me.
gave him the other one the other day, just so you know. So we gave him Vancouver. And then someone
Vancouver.
corrected it, said, "Oh, Vancouver." We said, "No, Vancouver."
We can go real sideways real fast, Phil. Trust
Exactly.
me.
That's
No, that's
okay because we live
okay.
in Burnaby.
Subtitles
Anyway,
is the thing.
so
I can definitely do
yeah,
it.
yeah. So we did the RFP to build an Italian deli within the Richmond Olympic Oval. So 2010, the Olympics came. Vannock kicked us all out because Coke and Vannock had the food and beverage rights.
Yeah,
Yep.
After the Olympics in 2010, I don't know, after it was, let's call it summertime, whenever it was,
yeah.
we ended up building a very funky grab and go, kind of like a Rocco's Deli, but within another complex, the Richmond Olympic Oval. It was called O Cafe, Olympic Oval Cafe. Capiche, Phil? You following?
I
All
follow
right.
you. I'm
So
I'm trying not
anyway,
to laugh at all the jokes right away. Otherwise,
okay,
it's
okay.
like Kenny. I'll encourage you too much. I think.
I didn't say
So
nothing. I'm just listening.
Anyways, we were there for a very long time, over 10 years.
okay.
We did the food and beverage, did all the catering. We had Heart play there. We had CrossFit games. It was a great experience. We ended up doing the food and beverage for the city of Richmond for a while, all their catering.
Wow.
And then and when the RFP came up again after our 10 years there, we just said, you know what? It's a long drive. It was hard to facilitate. We couldn't get there. It's just a lot of problems, right? Um, we ended up and the biggest part is that our lease down on Murray Street by all the breweries, we were building a commissary down there to facilitate Rocco's Deli, the Richmond Olympic Oval, and any other business. But God bless Mike Clay, the mayor of Port Moody that time, gave us the approval, but we couldn't get enough street support down on Murray Street where all the breweries. We were building a commissary with a second Rocco's Deli down there. It never went through, so that just escalated
Yeah.
us not renewing the
Right.
term at the Richmond Olympic Oval. So, anyways, we
Are are
walked away
are
from
you
it.
are you an East fan boy as well, like Kenny?
I'm
No,
not East fan.
no,
I'm
You're
Trail.
not East fan. You're Trail.
yeah.
No, no.
He's a
I'm just
tre-
I can hear the complaining already, right? Like to drive to Richmond every day. Kenny's like,
yeah.
it's 2 blocks away.
No,
Like, why am I driving
He's the
farther?
same. Nobody
Like,
likes to go far, and
you
Burnaby's
see,
too
so
far.
I can
Kenny,
hear it almost.
you're
The
from Trail.
I was
You're
born
from
and
like
raised.
the Furrow family.
Yeah, I grew up with them.
Furrow Foods. Yeah, nice.
So
They're
David's a year younger, James is a year older. But we
great
all went to
people.
school together. We all grew up together.
Yeah, amazing. I was born and raised in Burnaby. In fact, actually, I'm living still on the street that I was born on. I moved back there. My mom. It's kind of like a little. This is like the Italian colony, right? We have. When I grew up, we had. I grew up on about 5 acres, chickens, roosters, goats. I mean, we witnessed. I witnessed a lot of in my backyard. Like,
Chickens,
chickens,
yeah,
chickens. Let's be
yeah,
clear. Just chickens.
mostly
No
chickens.
missing people. There's nothing to report here. Nothing to look at. Just
rabbit,
chickens.
no
Again,
rabbits,
Rabbits
goats.
fine
if you're
too.
anyone with the city
Now, if
or
you're in
now
law
their
enforcement, it's
authorities,
just chickens and
Andy is on the
rabbits.
up and up. He has not done anything illegal. There's nothing to look at here. You just move along, move along.
There's no
Listen,
Napa time connection. It's
my
all good in the hood.
grandfather's name was Guido, and it was the stuff that I experienced as a young kid, from making moonshine in the backyard in his
Which
little
we don't
shed.
do anymore again, clearly.
Yep,
You
yep.
know, making wine from the grapes, and then in the garage next door, or the barn next door, there was goats being, you know,
Getting
raised
ready for
and
dinner.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, it was we had a very colorful upbringing in Burnaby. um yeah, so the restaurant business as it came to an end, the retail side
So when
started
is this
ramping
though?
up.
Just context now. So where are we now? Like we're right in like it by COVID hits and we're basically shutting down all the restaurant, all the food service in essence.
Okay.
You've
Correct.
sold the first Anducci's by this point for
Yep.
sure.
Yep. Yep.
Like we're okay.
Yep. So from the COVID standpoint, I'm like, okay, what do we do? Right. So we ended up still doing some catering, um, like corporate style catering, like
Yeah.
whoever having meetings. And then I was representing a little bit of Aurora importing from the east here.
Yeah.
In fact, actually, and I may have come into your office way back when. I went to Perugia, where Baci
Yeah.
chocolates are made.
Yeah.
I went there and I was taught how to make Baci Perugina. They taught me how to make little Bacis.
Oh,
So
Wow.
I was Aurora importing west, and I went
yeah.
around like like a putana making
Yeah.
chocolates for everybody, right? So I was making baci perugina for the Italian center shops and doing these demos. I was on TV a little bit doing demos, and I'm like, this is an interesting avenue to go down. So my kind of contract ended with Aurora, and then I started approaching the Pattison Group for
Right.
private label. Um, and this is where this whole retail side
Now, this is
started
where it
coming in.
started. Okay.
This kind of where it started.
Okay.
I mean, it started well before then because I used to when Urban Fair opened up. I
Yeah.
think it was '94 on Davie and Denman. Maybe
It's in
they
that time.
yeah, they saw our products at Costco. So I was doing with Avenanti. Joe Avenanti was doing food demos there at the cheese section. He called me. He says, "Hey Andy, why don't you come down and put some of your sauces around here and put them in the fridge and see if there's any traction." And that's when I met a good friend of mine, Mike Olson, and we became friends. And he says, "Look, I think there's something here. You should still kind of continue." So it started way back when, and we're
Okay.
kind of doing it where I didn't understand the term hot pack. I didn't understand all the science
Yeah.
behind
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
that. So everything I did was in the fridge. Not that it needed to be in the fridge, but we sold it in the fridge
Right.
categories. Um, and then it just kind of elevated where I wanted to be in the retail side of things, right? And then there was one of the BDMs at the Pattison Group. This was old Pattison, old regime of Pattison. Her name was Lana Meakin. And I presented to her, say, hey, why don't we do a pasta program from Italy, private label? And I think Ken Clark was there as well. And she said, pasta. Yeah, let's put it in a black box, like the Checo, but we'll just do black, all
Right.
black. She says, well, that's kind of cool. Anyways, it took literally 6 months from inception to on the shelf. We did the
That's
black box
fast.
pasta program, and we did it for, I don't know, 10 years maybe. And I'm like,
Wow.
okay, I love this. I love this private label program. So at one point, we had shy of 100 items under the Pattison Group private label.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Pasta. I'm not doing the pasta right now, but we still have about 45 items that I do under controlled brands.
For them.
Wow. Good for you.
Yes.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Calgary Co-op. Calgary Co-op. Can I mention names? I'm not sure.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
I don't know
Should
your
I?
agreements with them. I don't know what you're allowed to say.
Okay. Well, anyways,
For
let's
me, I'm
not.
not going to shut you up. You want to talk, but yeah, just
No,
Maybe let's
anyways,
leave
I'm
it
not gonna.
as you do lots of control label under passing.
for Pattison Group
Yeah.
and for the group
And
of companies like the Pattison Group.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, and there's multiple other 10, 15 family ran chains that I do it for. So
That's nice
currently
to know,
right
though. I
now,
think people do like to know stuff like that. You don't have to name them, but it is kind of cool because if people do like or have an affinity toward the restaurants or remember the Anducci's, et cetera, or know you, it is sometimes nice to know, oh shit, I didn't know. Because listen, everybody knows the house brands are made by other people. Clearly, that's what
yeah.
Western
So
family is
I have
or
a different question.
whatever.
Is like so you basically you're like the pasta mafia of Vancouver, of Vancouver. And
Vancouver.
Kenny, all you took me to was one fucking deli where he
What do you
had
want
some
from me?
stuff. What the?
Well,
Come on, man. What the hell? Like
I wish
all this time,
I
Andy's
wish I
fucking
can
making
I wish I
amazing
could
shit all over the city, and you took me to one fucking deli.
You got
Oh
an
my
attitude. This
god,
is a terrible
hey,
attitude.
maybe if
Andy,
I
I need
could
new friends, man. Like, see what
I know,
the
Phil.
like?
Listen. Where do you live? How far do you live?
He's a
No,
Mississauga.
I'm Toronto. I'm Toronto. I'm
Well, how
Toronto.
often do you get here?
I come out a lot.
12
Yeah,
times a year.
yeah.
Well, next time you come, I'll give you a little tour. I mean, I can put my cameras up on this camera and I can show you my distribution center with all the private label stuff. But it's
No, we're not gonna
we
do
have a
that.
big visit.
I
I
don't
get
want to
it.
get you in
Anyway,
any trouble
No,
whatsoever.
we don't
Next
get in
time you
no,
come
trouble. But
out,
we can definitely do, if you want to do, especially when you get the new one, we can do a tour, we can show
yeah,
people.
yeah, 100%.
Because listen,
Yeah.
to highlight co-packers who are good, we have no problem doing that all
yeah,
day,
yeah,
every
yeah,
day.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
there
yeah,
is a mass shortage in this
yeah, yeah.
country. This province is
Yeah.
it's terrible.
But
We
but
don't have a lot of
but I
anything.
also
Country-wise,
think
not
it'd be
better.
cool to go get your favorite pizzas in the city.
We
Like
can
Yeah.
do
that in
that.
my brain, like
So
that to me, that's a I feel like that'd be
That's
a
a full
wicked
day with them though, eh?
freaking.
Like you gotta weigh that out too, eh?
Listen, I have
I'm just
friends that don't
saying.
take me out for
I'm just
food, so
saying.
I'm just
It's a
saying.
full
I
day
Phil,
with
found a
them.
new
I'll
friend
take
who
you.
loves
Hey,
food.
I
Maybe
know,
just maybe.
Phil, I'll take you on the back of my Vespa. We wear the scarves,
Yes,
There you
the
go.
yes,
Eastern
yes,
corridor. I got an old school Vespa. We put a little suitcase in the front. We'll drive
yes.
around with a little charcuterie, a little
That's
knife,
that's awesome. Yes, yeah.
little
Listen, I've got a
prosecco.
360 cam. We could do a lot of fun like that. A
All
lot of
right.
fun, actually.
It is going back to the controlled brands, Phil. We currently today produce a little over 200 different SKUs on controlled
Okay.
brands for
Okay.
for different banners.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That is
That's not
amazing.
including the Anduccis. That's
Yeah.
including other brands, banners.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I tried getting one
Wow.
into Kenny way back when he was working um, for his old company there,
Yeah.
but it was a tough sell to him.
Yeah, tough. You got to be a little, a little more sharper, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, yeah. So
That's awesome.
so today we have a distribution center in Coquitlam. Um, we have a commissary catering kitchen in Burnaby, actually right by the original Costco where I do a lot of my testing in.
Yeah.
Um, there's never a shortage of innovation and there's never a shortage of marketing strategies or whatever. I mean, I think if I have two or three strengths that I'm really good at is, incept like our tagline under Mollica Foods is dream, dream of whatever the hell you want to put in a concept, develop, deliver. So, Phil, if you want to make
Yes.
something, you'll come to me. I'll kind of brainstorm it. I'm saying, yes, I think we can do this. No, I don't think we can do this. I
Yep.
think you're just going to waste a lot of money,
Yep.
right?
Right.
It's like people want to get into the restaurant business for vanity, right? I'm like, well, if you have $1.5 million you want to burn, then get into the
Light it
restaurant
up.
Knock
business. It's
yourself
gonna,
out. Yeah.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you're gonna lose $1.5 million in your first 3 years, and you may
Yeah.
not last after 3 years.
And you're not going to
So
even last that long, so it's not going to matter.
exactly. So yeah, so there's never a shortage of new items coming down the pipeline. We are really excited for September. We have some extremely exciting news um, coming down the pipeline
But
in
you can
September.
come back on and talk to us then, so you don't
Yeah.
blow
Yeah.
it now.
We would
Let
love.
me
I'm
pull
not
you
gonna.
back for 1 second. So
Yeah.
this new facility, like is this new facility, they're going to say, okay, the commissary then doesn't need to be there? Like, are you going to put everything into one, or are you maintaining all these entities?
No. So what's happening as we speak? So my distribution center is right by the IKEA in Coquitlam.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna move,
Yeah.
even though it's too small. Ain't gonna move. We are just negotiating a building right next door to us, like literally across the parking lot. We are going to move our commissary catering business right next door to that building. Let's call it the food factory to make
Right.
everything it will not be in any of those places because it's got to be federal, it's got to be HACCP, it's got to be. I'm hoping that it's going to be in that area,
Right.
but I'm working right now with the federal government um, to see because the federal government's trying to endorse manufacturing facilities provincially and
100%.
say, listen, we want to keep production within Canada. So I'm working with them right now on strategizing. Are there grants? How big of a facility? Blah, blah, blah. We're looking at facilities from 30,000 to 70,000 square feet, not
Holy
just all for
shit.
product, not just for production, but for other
Right.
things, right? Because the production facility is one third of the component. It's the third party logistics. It's the other stuff. So if I'm going to produce, you know, a Phil and Kenny Hosin sauce, right?
Yeah.
You might need 3PL logistics. You might need me to store the product. You might
Right.
need me to send it to your distributor. So
Right.
there's a vertical that we're looking for, um, that hasn't been a perfect. The stars haven't lined up for that vertical just today.
Right.
Um, but to build a facility from inception to finish, it will take about 24 to 36 months. So we figure
That's amazing.
by the end of 2027, Q1 of 2028 will be up and running.
That's awesome. But
Yeah.
it's good. It's keeping it in the city, keeping it within the, well, within the city, within
Yeah.
the lower
Yeah.
mainland kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
That's
we want to be
awesome.
known as the sauce snobs, right? I mean, we're the sauce snobs. I mean, you want sauce, you want it to taste good, you'll come to me and I'll make, I'll turn
Whatever.
sh- shit into tasting good.
That's awesome, buddy.
Yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
No, that's
That's
We
really cool.
amazing.
yeah. So I mean an offshoot from the food business.
Yeah.
Um I during COVID, like right during COVID, I'm like, well, what am I going to do with my life? I got the food system shut down, blah blah blah. I have some close friends of mine that are ex hockey players. They said, well, you're a good marketer. We love smoking cigars, so why don't we do something in the cigar space? I'm like, fuck, I know nothing about cigars. I don't smoke cigars. I'll smoke a cigar. I'm sick for 3 days.
Exactly.
Anyway, so I'm like, okay, well, I phoned Victoria. I said, what's it take to get a tobacco license? A good friend of mine, Rod Duncan, there, who used to be my liquor rep for all my restaurants. He goes, well, I'm retiring in December. If you can get your application in, because I called him, I think it was August or September, get your application in. I might be able to help navigate through
Right.
the bureaucracy red tape. He goes, well, I just applied for it and see if I got it. I think it was like December 3rd. You've been approved.
That's awesome. So
Wow.
now what?
Cigar Snob came alive.
Which is
So we
what?
Cigar
have
snob. Okay.
so if you Instagram, Google it, go on the
Yeah.
internet, we have a cigar business called Cigar Snob. It's been in
Yeah.
business since 2020.
Yeah.
What do you do though?
It's on Blue Mountain and Lougheed. It's a full retail store. It's an amazing little business. It was a hobby in like a little shed, and it became a massive business now. We have an amazing girl there, Cheryl Simonuk, who runs it. She comes from the food business. She used to own the Golden Spike Pub in Port Moody way back when.
I remember that.
Um, yeah, she runs the Cigar Snob, and she's done an amazing job. Um, yeah, so it's no longer a hobby; it's a real business. It's a Cigar Snob. We have a little lounge in the back.
I'm just looking at it now because
Wait,
you
wait,
don't
but
explain nothing
you
good.
do
So
you remember?
I gotta look.
Because you and I talked about this, Kenny. Because I actually know that I didn't know this was you. I just knew this place. Because I don't smoke a lot of cigars, but every now and then, I don't mind it, right? And so
Yeah.
this was kind of on my list of places that I just haven't been yet. But yeah, I've seen I follow the Instagram and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
on this
Because
place,
Check it up to
it's
cool.
Kenny.
Coquitlam.
Another place he hasn't brought you
It's
to. Check.
Coquitlam. I don't go past boundary.
There's some things that I know I'm just
Too
gonna have to do on my
far.
own.
I got to find a
You know?
passport. Lots of complications moving
Yeah,
around.
Oh, have
yeah,
fun, cool. You got to find a
yeah,
It's so
passport.
yeah.
far. I got to get gas, you know, tires. It's a
I
lot of
listen.
complication.
I've got this huge restaurant list for Vancouver. I've been I add to it all the time, and now I'm searching up all the pizza places I need to add to this because I'm
You
Now
know
about
what
to
we'll
add your
do
go.
then? When you come
add your
down, we got
cigar
to take
shop.
a
Add your
day.
cigar
Yeah.
shop.
We'll take a day. We'll get cameras and we can go. We'll just
No,
drive. That's
no,
it.
you missed it. There's no room on the Vespa for you.
I'm not going to be on the Vespa. I'll meet
That's
you
what
there.
just happened back there, right?
I'll
Like
meet
10
you there.
minutes
You guys
ago,
go Vespa, do whatever you want. I'll meet you there. I don't give a shit.
Andrea and I figured it out. We're doing the Vespa.
Whatever.
You walk because that's what's going to happen. You
I
know?
meet you there. I don't care.
Maybe he's the camera
Yeah,
crew, so we'll have him drive and hold the stick behind us. Maybe
I got
that's
the
how we're gonna have
convertible. We can do it in the convertible.
to. Uh-huh. Uh,
Don't
Dude, I
worry.
love this. I love
the
what you're doing. This is amazing.
Got a lot of
You
shit going
are
on, buddy boy.
yeah.
you
I
got
mean,
things
look,
going
I
on.
mean, we do, and when people go like people say, "Well, you're so scattered. You're all over the place." You know what? It's all kind of in perspective of what I do. Like everything that, like the cigar. If you go to the cigar shop, you buy something at the cigar shop. Guess what? You're leaving with retail products from Anducci's.
Yeah.
We give you a jar of sauce. We give you a jar of
Really?
dip. We give you a muffalata. We give you some. Every single customer that walks in, every single customer walks out there, walks home with an Anducci product.
Yeah, it's an
Well, I'm
acquisition
glad, I
So,
strategy,
guess.
right? With the
so that let's call
yeah,
it the bounce back. Let's call it the synergies. You
yeah.
walk into the skating rink, your kid's on the ice, you're having a sandwich, cappuccino, panino, a plate of pasta. In the back corner of the skating rink, there's four Metro shelves full of Anducci products. So the little mom says, I don't know what to feed my kid tonight. They'll grab a jar of sauce, grab a pack of pasta, and boom, you got, a meal for four made for less than 15 minutes. So the the marketing abilities and the strategy behind the madness, let's call it, is wherever I can put a mark on it, wherever I can put some lipstick on it, it's going there. Everything at Anducci's was, we branded everything at Anducci's because I knew you were going to steal it, right? So if you're going to steal it, it's going to be in your cupboard that says fucking Anducci's. The cutlery had an A on it. The martini glasses had Anducci's.
Kenny,
Our
your
wine,
kitchen is full
our
of
wine
A's.
glass,
What the fuck?
you know,
It's too
like
far. I never
everything.
would have gone to Coquitlam. Lougheed Mall's like 50 miles.
Actually, your head office was Richmond, not the one in Burnaby, was it?
Now, Richmond, we did.
Richmond.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So every and,
Burnaby.
and and the strategy is today as well, right? Like wherever we can go, it's branded. The bags we were giving away at the show, we give away 4,000 bags. They're all branded,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
everything,
yeah. Yeah.
right? The only thing I don't brand is my cars because I drive like an asshole.
Good boy.
Hey, hey, it's okay.
I'm just looking at the Instagrams now to see.
I love it. I love what you do. This is actually amazing. This is you are you're
I
like
mean,
Now,
we didn't really
you're a
talk about.
going
We didn't really
concern,
talk
young
about.
man.
We didn't really talk much about grocery stuff, but or CPG. I mean, all these acronyms I'm learning.
Listen,
CPG.
when you do whatever your news is in September or whatever, or if you're getting closer to the facility,
Yeah.
we just do another one. This is just an intro. I mean, at the end of the day, otherwise we're going to talk for 3 hours.
but
This
but
Yeah.
way,
I
no,
I also think that kind of knowing, because I didn't know any of this about you, right? Because
nor
all
did
I
I.
knew, all I knew is that you
Well,
do
whatever Christine would have
Anducci's.
told us, that meeting
I've
you a
seen
few
you at a
times,
couple of
right?
shows. You use some pretty damn good sauce and pasta. Like that's all I knew, right? So I think
Mm.
all of this, like our listeners, love this stuff, right? Because
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
grocery stuff you get to, and yeah, like there's gonna be shit in there that maybe you went through that not everybody went through, but it's more likely we're
The
all going
story's
through
the
the
fun
same
part,
sort of shit, right? But what you're
right?
going
Yeah.
like,
I mean, look.
you know,
There's being in this business at the age that I started. I mean, we can talk for 5 hours, as Kenny said. I mean, you know, I used to
yeah,
race car. I used to race cars, fairly high level cars through the food business. We were
yeah, yeah,
sponsored
yeah,
by Coca
yeah,
Cola, Pennzoil,
yeah,
and Ducci's.
yeah,
I mean, the stories go
yep,
on and on and on.
Yeah.
yeah,
As you know, the restaurant business is a social. It's a way of living. There is
Absolutely.
when you're there for 16 hours, that's your entertainment, that's your life, that's everything. It basically that was around. I mean, I
Right.
knew nothing else.
Right.
Like I said, if we had the tools that the kids today have, who knows where we would be? I don't know, Kenny. I mean, honestly, like we were born. I mean, you're from Trail.
Yeah.
I'm from. I mean, UK Trail. People went to Trail because it represents Calabria, the mountains, the streets, and I mean that's
But my dad's from Tuscany. If you look at wherever I live, if I took him through trail, drove
yeah,
through the
yeah,
old neighborhoods, it's this. It's the
yeah,
winding, it's terrace, it's on the
yeah,
hill.
yeah,
Everybody who came, whether they came from Calabria, Friuli, Toscana, it doesn't matter. Is
Yeah.
trail like the whole Kootenays feels like a large part of it, like lots of Italy. Same trees, the mountain. That it's just cool, right? When
Yeah.
I moved to
Yeah.
East Van, buddy, East Van felt like trail. Not trail
Yeah.
felt, it not like trail felt like East Van. No, you guys felt like what we were growing up in,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? That's why it all works. Because and it's Phil
Yeah.
finds it funny too because we get very hooked on the East Van or like I get into the trail thing. It's because it's more of an identity. It's sort of the way of living. It's sort of
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
everybody's got this mentality. It didn't matter what ethnicity either. If you were
Yeah.
East Van Chinese, East Van East Indian, East Van Italian, Portuguese, it didn't matter. It's like trail. Like you were just part of this collective of
Community.
fucked up people that was all kind of connected and worked well together. It didn't
My
matter.
mom's side is same, no different from Toronto. My mom's side, my grandfather and grandmother, when they went to from Italy, they went to Toronto. They landed at Dufferin and a Saint Clair. Like right
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
corner of Dufferin, like right on the like that. Like
Yeah.
there's still there used to be a grocery store. I remember going there as a kid, and like it was right on Dufferin and Saint Clair.
Yeah.
They didn't call
Yeah.
it that, but they
Yeah.
called it whatever the hell they wanted to call it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, we'll give
Anyways,
one shout out just because we'll get shit if we don't. So, Christine DiBiagio, thank you very much for kind of setting this all up because
Yeah.
she was the one that pushed this,
Yeah.
which we would have done anyway. But I wanted to make sure we give her a little bit of credit because
and I want to do one shout out to my amazing back staff. I'm only one little component of this. The staff and the girls that I have me, and I was just informed that they're all Tauruses. They're all born in April, so I've got all these testaduras
oh
working
shit,
around me, but they're all very strong-minded women,
that's
and I'm
hard
so
heads, Phil.
grateful. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm very so grateful that these ladies around me and the staff around me that support me and give me the vision that I want and allow me to
just be
be
you.
creative. Yes, exactly. So
It's
I'm so
amazing, right? Like
grateful.
it's amazing that it's always the reason for the success. I mean, it's great to have the ideas and shit, but if you don't have someone that can execute, keep it on track, make sure it gets done,
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah.
Yeah.
ideas.
I mean,
Right?
this
And
is the
support
first
staff is what
time,
helps you do all that shit, right?
100%. And I'm not embarrassed to say, but I went and formed a board of advisors just as of about 4 months ago,
Wow.
just to keep me accountable. And these people, the three or four people that I have on this board, um, are amazing human beings, and
That's
I'm
awesome,
telling
buddy.
you, it 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 has changed my outlook, and it is the from becoming a very derailed train wreck, I've become a very focused CN rail.
That's
I
good
ain't,
though.
That's amazing.
and yeah, I mean, I'm obviously still going to make the mistakes. I'm also still going to push the boundaries where I can,
Yeah.
but I'm telling you, uh, I'm in my mid 50s now, and I don't feel a day older 39. I've got more piss and vinegar now than I've ever had in my entire life.
I love
Now you
So,
got
it.
other reasons now too. Now
Yeah.
you've got legacy
Yeah.
that you
Yeah.
can
yeah,
start working on.
Yeah.
Who knows who this gets passed down to,
yeah, exactly. So
right?
I'm excited. I'm excited for the future, and I hope to get back on with you two fellas. You guys are
Yes, please.
amazing
Buddy,
human
you can do
We
this
would
beings.
like
love it.
in all
We would
honesty,
love
this
it.
is not complicated. Like I said, even if it's a matter of, if you wanted to pop on with somebody that you really like or admire within, like we love doing restaurants. We don't do a lot because
Yeah,
restaurant guys are hard to get a hold of and it's a whole different
yeah,
world. But if you want to talk, whatever you want, man, we're always around.
yeah,
And if you want some,
yeah,
Yeah.
if you ever need
So
advice or someone to yell at you,
yeah.
then call us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll yell at you
yeah,
all
Call
day,
us too.
happily.
But in
yeah,
September, when you're new news, definitely jump on with us.
I
We'll
should
put
come
a
back on.
YouTube
Just come
thing
back on.
out. Just make sure,
Yeah.
fans kind of know where you are. And then
yeah,
I will reach out once we figure out there's a couple of times I think I gotta come out there again anyway. And
Yeah.
then I'll see if you're around and really like seriously
Can you?
Yeah. If you
Yeah,
want to
why don't you
fuck around
guys?
for the day, let's go.
yeah.
Yeah, I think if you want to, fuck around and drive around for the day, like Ken said,
Let's do
I
it.
mean, let's do it. I mean, I can show you shit this side of boundary. And there's some things that I'd love for you to show, touch, feel.
Yeah.
The nice thing about Phil, what we do here, everything's tangible. You
Yep.
touch and feel everything we do.
Right.
Yep.
There's no, in the air, like,
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
just like,
ethereal, right?
No, we
It's
got it.
no,
grounded,
We
man.
got it.
It's
yeah,
Love
live.
it.
yeah,
Love
yeah.
it.
So,
Okay.
Awesome.
That's it, buddy
Thank
boy.
Phil,
you.
Ken,
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
love
you.
you both, and thank you for this
Anytime,
Love
my
you, man.
friend.
opportunity.
Anytime, my
Okay,
friend.
Okay.
Okay. Take it
ciao,
easy.
Take
Ciao.
it
ciao.
easy.
You know, there he goes.
There it goes. Awesome.
Yeah, cool, right?
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just shows you though. Sometimes, like he's, it's always the same. Like you gotta just go sometimes, right? I mean, he's made a lot
No,
of
you
mistakes.
gotta
He's told
go.
you that. Like
Like
you just
not
gotta
sometimes,
try.
all the time. You gotta go, right?
Yeah,
Like
you gotta just go,
I
man.
think going, it's easier to slow someone down than it is to not like move someone
I tell you the
forward,
truth, I
right?
think you're right. I
So
think it's actually near impossible to speed
yeah,
people up. It's
yeah,
very easy to try to slow people down. Yeah, so, he's
yeah.
got drive,
Yeah. Do you ever
clearly.
wonder that, right? Because we run into founders of all shapes and sizes,
Yeah.
and the harder ones to motivate are the ones who aren't moving really,
Right.
right? So
Right.
if they're more about talking than they are about doing, it's
Yeah.
harder for us. But if
But
you're
it's really hard.
doing,
It's going to be hard for
it's
them too
easier for
because,
us to
yeah,
focus you and get you
yeah,
concentrated. So
yeah,
yeah,
100%.
yeah,
100%. And
yeah,
ideally, if you are the other personality, you got to try to find a balance. Find
yeah,
someone who can be that,
yeah,
and then you can be the control to bring people
yeah,
back in. But honestly, you need someone who's going to
yeah, yeah,
have
yeah,
some vision or just
yeah,
take a chance.
yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
super cool.
Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening, everybody.